The House of the Dead 2. Hello everybody, yes, this is me, Gumperstain, and welcome to my first of many spooky montages. This one is an introductory hints and tip montage for House of the Dead 2. Originally released for the yeedy old Dreamcast and for the arcades, House of the Dead 2 is a remake for Wii, which also comes bundled with the third in the series. This second one, however, is meant to be one of the most hardest and most challenging light gun games to be ever made. I hadn't actually played a light gun game before this though, and I haven't found this to be particularly hard myself, including I have been playing it in the hard difficulty. This may be though because I have gotten to know the 4 main factors to becoming successful at the game. These are speed. This is how fast you can press the trigger with your finger and how quick you can reload by moving the crosshair off the screen. Accuracy. This is how much you can hit your enemies while shooting. There is no point just blasting fast if you are unable to get the hits, as this will just end up having bad results upon your score. Focus. This is how fast you can react to enemies that may just suddenly creep or jump out straight in front of you, giving you just a few seconds before they strike. So there is no point playing the game if you happen to be brain dead, just as they are, or you will most likely not even pass the first few chapters. Knowledge! This is gained simply by playing through the game so you get to know each chapter. It is also important that you learn your enemy's weaknesses, as this can improve beyond all of the last factors, but most of the time this is just blowing the brains from out of their skulls. One way in which you can change up half through each chapter is by simply saving the stupidly dumb civilians that are spreaded among them. For example, if you save this crazy SOB driver, he will thank you for saving him, not giving you anything in return, but just let you continue on your journey up the steps in front of you. However, if you feel like he deserves to crash and burn, the car will skid into the house, smashing down the wall, which then allows you to enter, sending you a different route. There are times though when you can shoot objects such as this key on the floor, allowing you to unlock this gate. One thing that you do not want to do though is to shoot civilians yourself, as this will cause you to lose one life. Some civilians will be grateful, however, if you do save them from getting their brains munched, and will reward you for your heroic efforts and skill. This is normally in the form of extra lives. One thing that you should be aware of while on your war path against the undead are bonus items. These can be obtained by shooting objects. Quite a few times these will be extra lives as well, but there are also extra point items, and if you are playing through the original mode, there will also be power-ups that can be used by adding them at the start. Don't turn too greedy though, or you may just end up dead instead. Next up are a few tips to how to take down your enemies without taking the damage. In this type of situation, when facing against foes like these, sometimes it is best not to go all out psycho on them, but to just watch their movement and then go for the weak spot when clearly shown. This may take longer in the long run, but there is a good chance then that you will make it through without taking a scratch. However, if facing projectile throwing enemies, this may change slightly, as once you have waited for them to throw their attack at you, you can then go a bit psycho on them, hopefully killing them before they get a chance to attack again. This is where the speed factor can help. My last tip of this montage is to always shoot the enemy that is closest to you, unless there happen to be a throwing enemy with a group of striking enemies. Then instead you should try to take them down first. So that pretty much wraps up this montage, but there is one thing for sure, and that is, I will be back! With the follow-up to this montage walking you through the training of the game with all new hints and tips of how you can work on those 4 main factors. Hope you enjoyed this production and hope to have your view next time. So see you later, and don't get your brain munched beforehand. Yeah.